Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book review of Desperation by Stephen King. Now, I'm a huge Stephen King fan, and I gotta be honest with you, this book didn't really blow me away, but I was thrilled to pick this up at a used bookstore for like $30. This is a first printing from 1996 of Desperation. I've been wanting to read this for a while, mainly because I wanted to read The Regulators, which dropped on the same exact day. This book is by Richard Bachman, Stephen King's pseudonym. And I've read a lot of the Bachman books, and I've read a lot of Stephen King's other work, and I really enjoy his stuff. So I thought this book sounded interesting, and I just wanted to read it because they're like companion novels, The Regulators and Desperation, and people advise you to read Desperation first. They share a lot of the same characters and whatnot. So getting into the plot, Desperation takes place in this very lonely, eerie mining town. It's kind of a ghost town in the middle of nowhere in Nevada. The book opens with this couple named Mary and Peter. They are traveling cross country, and they get pulled over by a sheriff named Collie Intragian. I think it's how you pronounce his name. But anyways, the sheriff pulls them over. He finds weed in their trunk, a bunch of weed, and it's unclear whether he planted it there or it's weed from Peter's sister, because it's her vehicle. He takes them to a prison cell in the middle of Desperation. Intriguing also picks up this guy named Johnny Marinville, who is a famous author. And he picks up the Carvers, this like very picture perfect family. So all these characters meet at the prison cell in the middle of town, and they're all just dumbfounded. They have no idea what to do. The rest of the book is about how all these characters try to escape desperation. I really love the setting of this book. It's one of my favorite Stephen King settings, and I really love David and Johnny. I thought David and Johnny were very interesting because it actually turns out Stephen King wrote this book in probably the early mid '90s after he got sober he got sober in the '80s, and it definitely reflects in this piece because his character Johnny Marinville, he's an author who's very washed up, kind of fading into irrelevancy, and he is going on a cross-country trek across America on his motorcycle, and he's writing this piece called Travels with Harley, which I thought was pretty interesting, John Steinbeck reference. But anyways, he is in recovery, and then the young boy David Carver of the Carver family, he is kind of has the mentality of like God's will, and he has this like idea of a higher power, and he only wants to act in the will of his creator. So that was really cool, considering that I'm also in recovery. So yeah, I really like David and Johnny. I thought the rest of the characters were like, okay, nothing really special. Intragian's a real cool villain though. He's like a psychopath, and he's the size of a professional football player. So my biggest gripe with this book is this copy is almost 700 pages. It's 690 pages. This copy is 550 pages, and I honestly just think this book had no business being this long. I feel like it kind of dragged. Also, the story only takes place over the course of like less than 24 hours. So, Stephen, why did you need to make this book almost 700 pages? I just thought that was kind of ridiculous, and I kind of had high hopes for this novel since I'm like really, really into Stephen King's other works. But at the same time, it's kind of unfair for me to compare this to his other works because Stephen King's in a league of his own. I would just be comparing Stephen King to himself, which is kind of unfair to him. But I would say this is a great novel overall. I was honestly a little sad when it ended, despite all the fluff. So yeah, that's about all I have to say about Desperation. I am excited to read its companion novel, The Regulators, and I'll put a review of that up after I do, obviously. And yeah, I'm going to rate this book at 3 out of 5. Stay tuned for more book reviews.